In this video, I wanted to talk about some really expensive Super Nintendo games. I've had kind of a series going about talking about game prices, and the Super Nintendo has some very, very expensive games, and I've got 7 here that I want to talk about with you guys. So let's go ahead and figure out what games are worth a ton of money on the Super Nintendo. Starting off, we've got 2 games that are absolutely necessary if you have the Super Nintendo console, but you don't have a huge budget to spend on. Now, these games are still expensive, but they're not as much as some of the games on this list. First off, Kirby Superstar 8 Games in 1. This game on price charting is currently $49, and if you have this game boxed complete, it is up to $115. That is absolutely crazy to me. However, this game is a ton of fun and you should definitely pick it up. Next, we're talking about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4 Turtles in Time. This game is super fun, super hard if you're not good at these kind of games. But honestly, it's still a fun game you should definitely have in your collection. And if you already have it in your collection, it's actually worth quite a bit of money. First off, loose disc. This is $49.99, 50 bucks for this, just the cartridge. And if you have this boxed and complete, it is $255. That blows my mind. Honestly, I didn't think this game would be worth 50 bucks, then $250 for the complete. That just is crazy to me, and honestly, I think this game is well worth the 50 bucks. If you have Final Fantasy 3 in your collection, which I have the cartridge, I almost got a box and manual with this a while ago, but the deal ended up falling through, sadly, because that would have been amazing. This game loose right now is $55 on price charting, or if you have this game complete, $240. Yes, I could have had a game worth $240, but sadly I did not get it. I'm a little bummed that that deal fell through, but it is what it is. That happens sometimes. But moving forward, we've got a game that I am super excited and super happy to have in my collection. I had been searching out for this game for so long, and I'm so glad I finally got this game, and that is Super Mario RPG The Legend of the 7 Stars. I always say the whole name wrong, so I had to check and make sure. But if you have this game loose, I'll tell you, I paid $35 for this. If you have this game loose, it is worth $67, which is absolutely crazy. However, if you have it complete, it is worth $209. So if you have either one of these 2 games complete, you're looking at well over $200, which to me is insane, but these are great games on the Super Nintendo that you definitely need to have in your collection. Now it's time to start talking about the extremely expensive games that I have in my collection, and these games are well sought after and they're also a ton of fun to play. First off, we're going to start with Chrono Trigger. Obviously, everyone wants this game. If you don't have this in your Super Nintendo collection, you're probably wanting it in your collection. If you have it in your collection, you probably spent more than you would have liked to, but this is an awesome game and is well worth it. Currently, right now, this game is going for $173. I know the last time I picked up one of these cartridges only was I paid about $100 like a year or 2 ago, and that was crazy. Now it's up to $173. It just blows my mind. But if you have this complete in box, you're looking at almost $600 at $592. That just blows my mind. I did not expect this game to be worth that much if you had it complete. But we're going to keep moving on because we got some more great games here. This one I got in a bundle, and the other games in the bundle were fake, but this one was real, and that was the only reason I ended up actually buying the bundle, and that is Mega Man X3. I looked at the cartridge, I looked at the board, everything is real, and I'm thankful for that because I got a good deal on it. But wow, is this game expensive. Right now, if you have this game, it is $238 if you round up. That's a ton of money, and if you have this game complete, you're looking at $607 on price charting. this game has gone up, and honestly, I'm so glad I got it in my collection, and it's actually real. The last game on this list for today's video, I had to talk about it, and you probably know what this is. It's Earthbound, and honestly, I understand why this game is worth so much. This game is totally fun and so amazing, and let's talk about how much it's actually worth. If you have just the loose cartridge, $277, which blows my mind. But if you have this one complete, it is $1,275. And honestly, Earthbound is so expensive. I understand why, because this game is totally awesome. But I feel like a lot of people just pass on it. But I definitely am glad to have this in my collection. And I'm really stoked to have this in my collection. Now, I know I said it's worth about $1,275 if you have it complete. I do not have the manual, sadly, but I have the big box and I have the game, and everything is legitimate. I found this, and I'll be honest here, this is a crazy deal that I found. I found Earthbound boxed, no manual, the cartridge in the box. I got Zelda Majora's Mask, and I've got Mighty Final Fight on the NES. All of that for $450. That blew my mind back in the day when I did it, and it was crazy at that point, but I'm so thankful I did it. The odd thing about it was the guy was actually working at McDonald's when I met him. Like, he was literally in his uniform sitting in the McDonald's area and sold it to me, and I was like, alright, cool. And so it was really a weird and odd story and everything, but I'm so glad I got this in my collection for the price that I did, because honestly, it is well worth that price, and I'm just blown away the price of this game going through the roof right now. So there you go. There is 7 games from my game collection, and I totaled them all up, and this right here is what the price of these games are loose. I'm not talking about any of the boxes or complete. That's just the loose price, and that blows my mind. So if you have any Super Nintendo games that I missed, I'm gonna probably do a part 2, because I have so many more games for the Super Nintendo that are well worth the money. So comment down below what games you think were needing to be on this list. But honestly, the Super Nintendo prices are crazy, so check those out if you haven't already. That's all I got for you. See you later.